Joining us is Jordon Golson, transportation reporter from The Verge. Welcome, Jordon.
Hey, how's it going?
It's going great. So this afternoon you posted a piece on the troubles with the TSA, which I'm sure if anyone has flown any time recently have experienced. Last week, executives from all the major U.S. airlines brought their complaints of those long lines and delays to the TSA and the U.S. Department of Homeland Security. What can you tell us about what's going on with it?
Well, there's a lot of theories for what's causing these really long lines, and it's not clear whether one is more true than the other. The TSA says that it's due to an increase in people traveling and there's just more people, but the airlines say that's not true, and maybe it's just underfunding or there needs to be more screeners or something. No one can really agree on what the problem is. Everyone can agree, however, that there is a big problem.
And we can't do anything about it, right? Like as flyers and the airlines can't really do anything either.
Yeah, as flyers, you're sort of stuck, with the exception of TSA PreCheck, which is a program that you can get into for $85, and it gets you into a special express line that lets you not take your laptop out of your bag. You don't have to take off your shoes, things like that, and it can help bypass a lot of the waiting. And that's what both the airlines and the TSA have said people should do. And there's also another program called Global Entry that does that as well. And so that's really the only thing that people can do other than show up at the airport really, really early. And the bummer part for that is that you might end up with no line at all and you can just walk right through.
And then just eat their delicious, expensive food.
Yes, exactly.
So there's been some talk about maybe hiring private security, like airlines or airports hiring private security. What can you tell us about that?
Yes, there is a TSA program that allows airports to opt out of TSA security and hire private security to do that under the guidelines that the TSA has established. SFO Airport in San Francisco is the largest one that's done that, and they seem to do a pretty good job. Whether other airports are going to do that remains to be seen, but the Port Authority of New York and New Jersey, which is in charge of LaGuardia, JFK, and Newark airports, wrote in a letter to the TSA administrator that they were considering that program, which was sort of read as a bit of a threat to the TSA to get their act together or else.
So you cover a lot of different kinds of transportation. I mean, we hear constantly about electric cars, hybrid cars, self-driving cars, the Hyperloop. So much technology involved in making all those kinds of transportation better, easier. Uber, but with airlines, it just feels like there's nothing going on there.
Well, at the moment, it feels like that. There are some interesting things that are coming. It's just that the airline industry moves really slowly. There's a new car coming out every other week, but the new planes are a little more rare. A couple things that are coming. Delta Airlines has a new RFID tracking system for luggage, and they hope to make sure that more people get their luggage shipped to them, things like that. But, like you said, unless you're spending a ton of money and you're flying in first class, where there's lots of interesting developments. There's a Middle Eastern airline that has a 3-room apartment on the A380 that you can buy for $15,000 a segment or some ridiculous amount of money. But for the rest of us in the back, about all you have to look forward to is Wi-Fi and maybe TV shows in the headrests, which is not too bad if you got that.
That's true. Yeah, maybe not safe Wi-Fi, but Wi-Fi.
Yes, there's Wi-Fi, and they are rolling out new versions of that are going to be faster and work on international flights and things like that. So that stuff's coming. I don't know if being able to check your email during that 6-hour flight when you thought you could take a nap, but now you have to work is a great thing, but that's what we have.
So no Uber for TSA lines yet.
If you're very wealthy, sure, you can pay to bypass those lines, or if you are a frequent flyer or you have elite status on the airlines, sometimes you can bypass those lines that way. But for the rest of us, the line is where we are.